What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. Vicky, how are you?
I am good, can't complain. Well, I guess I could, but there ain't no point.
Yeah, at this point, there really ain't. Episode 5 of season 2 of Loki, entitled "Science Slash Fiction." So picking up from last week, uh, the universes are all unraveling, literally unraveling, and Loki, they've brought back the time slipping from episode 1, except this time they actually made it not funny, but actually made it integral to moving the plot forward. Um, so that kind of, because I thought there was, I'm like, please don't do this in a way that I thought that could be annoying, but they didn't do that, which I thought was actually a good thing. We got to see uh, Ouroboros, B-15, Mobius, and I forgot the other guy's name, in their
Casey,
lives. Casey, in their lives. Casey being a prisoner on Alcatraz.
hold, hold everything. So let's talk about it. Debbie Snacks, I appreciate you for being here. Hello.
Hi, Debbie.
So I have visited San Francisco. My aunt was going to. Was she just living out there, or she at Stanford? She wasn't at Stanford yet. She was just living out there. Whatever. And I got to do the Alcatraz walkthrough, and it's like an individual walkthrough. They just give you a set of headphones and a Walkman or whatever at the time, and you just walk through, and it's like trippy. Well, that's what it was before. I don't know what they do now. Whatever. And then I watched a documentary about those 3 guys who escaped and how they didn't really find them. And then I watched the Mythbusters episode about them escaping and if it was actually feasible, if they could actually do it. And I gotta tell you, I zoomed in. My head's big now. My head's big. But it was just wild for Casey to be one of the guys that escaped. I couldn't believe it.
His character for the past 2 seasons has not led me to believe he would be doing anything against the law.
But that's so cool that's when they pluck them out of their timeline and who they become once their memories erased.
Yeah.
Is amazing.
Yeah, because essentially he was a thief. Essentially. Casey was a thief.
Yeah, Casey was a thief.
Mobius was not he was not winning any Father of the Year awards at all. Mobius was not winning any Father of the Year awards at all. He was a jet ski salesman. B-15 was a doctor. So I was like, okay, cool. And Sylvie was still working at McDonald's.
I'm like, yes, make the sister a doctor. Yes.
And Sylvie's still working at McDonald's. All right, so
yes, Sylvie wasn't actually in her real timeline.
Yeah, she wasn't. That kind of brings me to the things. One of the things that I did not like about early MCU, especially the first Thor movie, was that they said they weren't gods, and I'm like, this is going to cause a problem the longer this goes on, because
I don't understand how could they ever say that they're I guess that was always my problem, because first of all, I'm like a mythology person. I've always enjoyed mythology. So I enjoyed Thor as Thor the god, not Thor
the alien, basically.
Yeah.
In the beginning, that's what they did. They tried to make it like, oh, they're not gods, they're aliens. Right around Ragnarok, they kind of like, yeah, we gonna pretend like we ain't never say that. So, because I'm glad they did that, because I'm like, dude, the longer you do this, stuff ain't gonna make sense when you start trying to go by stuff that happens comic book wise. So the fact that Loki's walking around when he shouldn't be, I'm like, thank you. Because now we don't have to worry about that, because he just straight up said, hey, look, I'm a god. So basically out for this. Um, I liked what they were doing because kind of on the somber side. Because he's trying to get people to, hey, look, it's me. You know me. I'm your friend, and they're like, I don't know you, dude. And
no, I like that because it was like, who are you?
yeah,
What?
and they thought he was crazy. They just thought he was crazy. Now, OB.
No, I'm messing with my camera. Keep going.
No, OB was interesting because apparently he was a professor of theoretical physics, but he wanted to be an author. And it was kind of sad how they were doing him because of the whole him taking his books to the bookstore and him buying his own book.
Yeah.
Which was kind of sad.
What is? I feel like I've heard of that. Like I've read that somewhere before. Like somebody doing something like that.
Yeah, that was a little bit heartbreaking because I actually like that character. OB's awesome. But it turns to find out he was the one that could help him. Built the time pad and everything. So I'm like, okay, this is actually getting interesting, and he actually helps Loki realize how to control his time slipping. So it wasn't one of those situations where he couldn't control it. He actually could, which I thought was actually interesting because at first they made it seem like it was something that, it's bad if it happens to you, but no, it's actually something that can be controlled if you know how to do it. If you know the theory behind it, which I thought was actually pretty cool. The only thing that kind of didn't make sense to me is that Sylvie still has He Who Remains time disc thing. So why didn't she just go to the end of time? Because the end of time didn't unravel, allegedly. So we didn't see it unravel. So why didn't she just go there? But she unraveled, which I thought was actually hilarious, seeing as how she kicked the whole damn thing off.
Yeah, it was like her fault.
Yeah. Non-accountability taking woman. And but I did like at the end of the episode that he realized that he could control it, he goes right back to, I guess, right when Victor was about to go into the thing. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens next week. Overall, I actually liked the episode. I thought it wasn't bad.
But if he could control, this is when you get like weird about timing. If he could control it, how far back could he go?
Good question.
Because then it's like, based off of time travel, there's only like a fixed point in which you can only go back, but so far, because the point before that you can't, because of mumbo jumbo time travel sciencey stuff.
Yeah.
But like, because then could he? I know his time slipping happened, but I guess technically he couldn't go back all the way till before
she killed him.
Before she killed him, because I think that's a fixed point in time that he can't change.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, and the other thing too is, I think like for him just learning about it, he's probably just trying to get to a point where he can actually stop that thing from getting worse.
Yeah, just save the branches. Yeah. I mean, that's true, because I mean we don't want Miss Minutes or Time Renslayer out here. So do after they have been taken out of.
Yeah, that and the fact that Miss Minutes is actually she hard up for a relationship.
And she's freaking psycho.
Yeah. So like what in the world they did to you got Sylvie that don't like to take accountability. You got Miss Minutes that's she wants some loving and she want her real body. Renslayer is just, look, I'm in charge. You do what I say, or I'll just kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, Renslayer, this is not cool. Like,
at all.
So I'm like, okay, y'all kind of went off on the deep end here. But yeah, I enjoyed the episode from the character perspective, because action wise, not a lot happened in this episode, action wise.
No.
But from a character standpoint, I did enjoy it. It actually, the way they broke down how the time slipping works, I'm like, I thought that was actually pretty cool. I really did. So, what was your thoughts on the episode?
Well, let me see if I can zoom out further. There we go. My thoughts on overall the episode. I did like seeing like the visual aspect of the threads happening. I thought that was really cool. I kind of was again still annoyed with Sylvie, who was like, leave them alone, you're being selfish. And it's like, oh my gosh, all the threads. Oh, maybe we should do something about it. What did you like? Did you think nothing? I don't understand why she thought it would be just fine. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, obviously you saw the explosion and the threads happening and you were there and you remember who you were, but you were still like okay with it. I don't understand. Like you knew what was actively happening, and you knew eventually it was gonna affect you. So I don't understand that part.
Yeah.
That just annoyed me about her. But again, it was visually stunning watching the threads happen. Again, I still love that Casey was one of the guys that escaped from Alcatraz. I thought that was really, really cool that they made him one of them. And they were never found, so we never knew what happened to them. So maybe they were taken up by the TVA.
And that's a good thing to add because they did that in the first season with that plane hijacking that happened that nobody could ever find, and they made it like it was Loki that did it. So
yeah,
that actually makes sense.
And so when he is back in the TVA, and there have like and he's like still like time slipping and whatever. Oh, the announcer or the emergency announcer lady was talking about like emergency protocol reset has occurred or something. Yeah. I really wanted to know like what like the reset is, like everybody's just whipped into their own timelines or branches or whatever. But if the branches were pruned, how does that work? Or is it before?
It would have had to have been before, because I think that's what the
it would have to be before whatever they did that was divergent from the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what can humans do that would diverge the timeline? Like,
well, that's the thing. I don't think humans would do it. It would have had to been Kang. It would have had to been the different variants of Kang, because that's what this whole thing was set up to stop, make sure they don't see where he at, and they don't see that timeline. Yeah, remember, they're stuck in wherever the Chancellor Kang is. They're stuck, and he who remains trying to keep them from finding that timeline.
But Victor Timely doesn't know about the other divergence of him.
Yeah, he doesn't. Because we got to see a few of them. If you went to see Quantum Mania, you got to see a few of them. And yeah, the Conqueror ain't the worst one.
Yeah.
He was just the best fighter. He ain't the worst one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the Loki this season, is that it is the trippiest time travel timeline, alternate timeline, whatever.
Yeah, shenanigans.
That is like, it almost like breaks all rules of time travel / timeline, everything.
But that in turn kind of makes it fun, though.
Yeah, it makes it fun, because then you're like, you have to explore the difference. Like okay, if we ignore Back to the Future time rules, mm-hmm. and we do our own, what does that look like? And it's just like, what?
One thing I do want to bring up before we end this is they do a very good job with the music. There's a scene in with Sylvie before the thread started unrolling when she's in a record store, and they were playing some really dope music. And I don't think we ever talked a lot about the Marvel music, but the shows have been having some really good classic music in it. I always be trying to remember to bring it up, and I always forget. But this one I did. I'm like, no, they have some really good music. In this series, in all their series, really, they have some really good music. So whoever's on their music thing that picks out the music, hey, kudos to y'all. y'all do some real good picks. So we got one more episode. I have no idea what they're gonna do. It should be interesting. So I'm along for the ride. We did get a trailer for something yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So I thought this was gonna get canceled, but apparently they didn't cancel it. So what we're finna do is,
I guess maybe they were already recorded too many
episodes to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we're at episode 6. We might as well.
Yeah, we might as well go on to finish this. So
otherwise it'll be a waste of money. Like, go ahead. I was going to go off, but keep going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I don't like them doing that. Like, I hate it when companies like Disney and Warner Brothers try to pretend like they broke.
That's true.
Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying that y'all broke.
When they filmed, edited, and everything, the Batwoman movie, and then just didn't release it. Like,
because it tested better when pre-testing. Like, yeah, that's one.
Okay, but you can release it on streaming services.
Yeah. I'm like, that to me, that's the whole point of the streaming service. All right, look, this because I know one movie they should have released the streaming, Flash. We ain't gonna talk about that though. But
two movies that they could have been like, you know what, chalk it up to God and throw it away.
We'll just get what we can get at this point. But that's just me. But I just hate when studios act like that, because I'm like, Disney, y'all are not hurting for money. Y'all not. Now, y'all may not have met y'all goals, but all of y'all stuff has always made a profit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't had one movie that then not made profit, because y'all have. That's just not true. Now, all of them had made $1 billion, but you shouldn't be thinking all of them going to make $1 billion. That's stupid to me. But here it is, the first trailer for Marvel Studios' Echo. She debuted in what was it, Hawkeye? So
yes.
Alrighty, let's take a look.
Maya, I see everything that you are. I always have.
This is not your big.
Well,
he gonna mess up that suit.
Right, that white suit. What's wrong with you?
Don't be afraid.
Your suit's covered in blood.
Yeah. It's too late for that.
You have so much pain in you. You. So much rage. That you can't contain it.
Whoa!
Well,
You and I are the same. So, who's the monster?
Yeah, I'm getting Daredevil vibes. It's gonna be on Hulu and Disney Plus. So, yeah, for the people that was complaining about, because there have been people complaining about the Disney Plus stuff because they're like, they're too kiddie. We want more mature stuff. There you go. There you go.
To me, I don't think anything they've done has been like super kitty.
It hasn't, but you know,
I
people.
think
I think the problem is people complain
because
because they.
you have blood dripping everywhere in
There you
sex doesn't mean it doesn't have quality writing, acting, and plot. If what makes something good is that it has sex and blood in it and cursing, you need to explore what's going on in yourself. Or you need to seek some therapy, because what makes something good is, you know, the story, the acting.
But because that's what I was saying. I'm like, I mean, look, the Netflix stuff was the Netflix stuff, and that stuff, as much as I like Daredevil and Luke Cage, a lot of that stuff didn't work. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, a lot of it just didn't work. Now, the Daredevil stuff worked, but a lot of the stuff they were trying to do just didn't work. I think this is gonna work because of the character herself, Echo. And if they're doing what I'm thinking they're doing, which is gonna be like telling how her relationship with Kingpin, that's that's how this should be, and that's how it's gonna work. Yeah. First of all, Vincent D'Onofrio he's owning it.
Yeah, no, he's
like, bro, when I saw him be like, I can't understand you, get out of here, I'm like, bro, you finna get it. Bro, you finna get it. I saw all 3 seasons of Daredevil. You might lose your head. Because he known for beating people down with his bare hands. Just saying. So I'm actually looking forward to it. Hey, what's up, Trey Vito?
Hey, Trey.
The Daredevil series is not canceled, actually. That was they're reworking it. It's still supposed to come out, I think, end of next year, if I'm not mistaken. But it wasn't canceled. They're just reworking it because from what I read, they're going back and actually doing showrunners. So that was like the first series to get an actual showrunner is, I think, Daredevil. So there's that. But it did not get canceled. I did read where it was, and then I read an update that it wasn't canceled. So thankfully it's not canceled, because I do want to see their version of Born Again. I think that would actually be interesting, especially when you have him. And if by just going by this, I'm like, okay, so they really are going to use Vincent. And I'm like, good, because he can stay Kingpin for the whole MCU. Because I actually like his portrayal of the Kingpin. So I'm actually looking forward to this, to Echo. I'm actually looking forward to it.
When does it come out?
January 10th. So
will that be our next Marvel show?
That'll be our next Marvel show. And it is going to be it's going to be on both Hulu and Disney Plus, from what I understand. It's going to be on both of them. So if you're on Disney Plus, you got to make sure you do the mature thing in the settings, so you'll have access to it. And Hulu is just Hulu, so I don't know how that is. Let me see what the actual date is. So, because I want to say that's a Thursday. I think that's a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. January 10th. Nope, it's a Wednesday. So, yeah.
Was your Loki episode late this week?
It was late. It was
okay.
Late. It was about an hour late.
I was like, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna show Jay. I'm gonna watch my episode on Thursday. Watch, and I go.
Yeah, it wasn't there. It wasn't.
I don't. Let me scroll again.
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Alexa acting up on you.
Yep.
But yeah, it was late this week.
When your house is too smart for you,
yeah.
Alexa, the lights, everything is too smart, and it just do what it wants. And so when all of a sudden you see that I have disappeared, trust that one of these objects in my house is taking me out.
And this is how Skynet starts, people.
Really, because I'm connected across the board with everything. So yeah,
I mean,
that's it. You know, you got the Apple TV, and that's all connected with the phone. With this, yeah, it's over.
I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. If they decide to buck, I'm done. I'm probably the first one that's gonna go. So
Yeah, I'm out. Like it's over. So Echo's the next thing. There's nothing else coming on after Loki ends, and I guess we're great into
we're
the
into the holiday season, so they're probably gonna do the one shots.
After Loki ends next month, the idea of a multiverse will be revived this December when Spider-Man: No Way Home hits theaters and continues next March in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
That thing's old.
You can also ask your questions in the chat.
No, thank you.
Okay, that's funny. That was funny. That was too funny.
Yo, listening. Did we not? Oh, because you keep saying the title of the show, and I renamed my Alexa to that name. That's why she keeps responding. So we're not saying her name, but we are.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, I think there's gonna be a couple one shots again. And then this is gonna be the first thing for January.
My show.
Which one?
The animated What If? Where's What If?
That's supposed to come out next year. So it's probably gonna come out after Echo. Because remember, it got pushed back. It was supposed to be in this summer, and they pushed it back. Because X-Men 97 and What If are coming next
like
year.
all miscombined. But I really liked What If.
Yeah, What If was my jam. What If was my jam. I ain't gonna lie.
I want that back.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be as depressing as what it was the first 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh, it was like 3 or 4 episodes back to back.
Yeah.
I was questioning all things in life right now.
Yeah. Oh, and they're supposed to be doing the Marvel Zombies animated show too. So.
Oh yeah. Somebody had said that to me because I have a zombie Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So like way back when they like launched this figurine.
The first time they did it. Yeah, the first time they did it. Yeah.
Yeah, so what was that, like early 2000s?
Yeah, because I think that's the one that Robert Kirkman wrote before he started Walking Dead. Was the Marvel Zombies was the first one he did, and then he started doing Walking Dead, and then he came back and did it again.
I think there's even a comic book on the back, like in the back of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I was like really into zombies at the time, so significant other at the time just bought it for me. I was like, oh, cool, thank you. I'm a collector, so don't nothing get opened. Put it up on the shelf, and it stayed there on that shelf since then.
Oh, okay.
And then then they had like more Marvel zombie stuff here and there, and I think I looked it up, and I'm like, that thing is actually worth some money now because it's the OG one, and it hasn't been opened.
Yeah. Like that first run, those first 2-3 runs are probably going to be worth a lot of money, just because that's that first early 2000s run. So when they first started doing it. But I think we're getting 3 animated shows next year. It's supposed to be What If Season 2, X-Men 97, and Marvel Zombies. But I don't know if Marvel Zombies is like one of those one-shot things, or is it going to be like a full series? I didn't read. I just know it's coming. So. Yeah, so your animated stuff will be next year. I mean, but yeah, I am looking forward to Echo. Even though I did hear that Charlie Cox is supposed to be in it, so I'm glad they didn't show him in the trailer. But yeah, if he's in it, I'm that's good because she's kind of connected to Daredevil in the comics, so that should be good. I mean, she's a little bit different in the comics now because some stuff happened to her, and she's pretty much unstoppable in the comics now. But that's neither here nor there. They shouldn't be doing that in this series. But yeah, I like the trailer. I liked what they're doing with it. If this is like kind of showing us how she came to be and her relationship with Kingpin, that's cool. I don't think they're killing Wilson Fisk, so I ain't even worried about that. Nah, if anything, they need to up his contract. If anything. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a comment, letting us know what you think it may happen next episode. I don't think we're getting to season 3, but I'm actually kind of glad we got to season 2. Thank you, everybody in chat. We appreciate you for stopping through. Tonight, the Winging It Podcast, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I also have some gameplay up on the channel of Star Ocean, the Second Story R. If you're looking for
Yeah,
that.
that's right. It did come out, right? Star Ocean did come out, right?
Yep. Came out last week. Thursday. Yeah.
You know what also came out?
What?
Thirsty Suitors, and I plan on getting it and playing it. I was waiting.
Yeah, I ain't playing that. But
nowhere, all of a sudden I get the email from Steam. Oh, one of your wish lists is available. I was
I
like,
thought that was supposed to come out like 2 years ago. Didn't they drop a trailer for it? Like 2 years
yeah,
ago?
we had the demo, and then you never heard anything. All of a sudden, it disappeared.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
So
But
now,
yeah,
now I get it, but
so that's gonna be the thing that pulls you away from Dredge.
no, I don't think anything can pull me away from Dredge because Dredge combines so many factors that I like. Like there's building, upgrading, there's fishing, there's weird, creepy storyline, there's monsters, and there's a DLC coming out in like a week or two.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna be on that for a minute. All
Yeah.
right. Oh well. Yeah. Anything you want to pimp out?
As always, come on by. Fangirl Review on all streaming platforms. I just realized that at the end of this month we have our holiday party for work because we're going to have it a little bit earlier, and I have to crochet a lot of hats for a lot of people. And I was texting my staff like, "Hey, what's your favorite color?" And they were like, "Blue." Why? No reason. Okay, thank you. So
you just told me yourself.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get another sale over at Bath and Body Works so I can get a candle. So it'd be a candle and a hat, put it in a bag. Here you go. Because we're out throughout the whole state. So the only time I'm going to see some of my staff that are all the way at a different part of the state is literally at the end of the month. Otherwise, I'm not going to see them again until 4 or 5 months from now. So,
okay.
So like literally, I need to get everything together so I can see them, see my manager, give her gift. So I need to ask her what her favorite color is. So I'll be crocheting hats.
Have fun. Have fun.
At least the hats go quick. I could crochet like easily if I wanted to, like 1 or 2 a day.
Oh, yeah, that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you guys check out.
Make sure you check out BPP Gaming. I'm part of that, even though I'm more of like behind the scenes. BIPOC Streamer Awards. We are streaming more on the channel, so please come on by, support. We're going to start, streaming also on Kick as well. So, and hopefully, actually, you know what, might even start streaming on, no, maybe not on the YouTube channel, but Kick and Twitch, start streaming on there. And just, stay tuned. Follow the Twitter. Follow the Twitter. That's when you'll know I'm live or BIPOC is live.
Sweet. All right. So y'all heard it here. So please do that. Don't forget to come back 7:00 Eastern Standard Time tonight for the Winging Podcast.
What y'all talking about tonight?
Just some general stuff. Nothing too crazy. Gonna see if we can summon Shadow Fox by saying Killer Instinct 3 times.
I miss Shadow Fox.
Let's see. We're gonna be talking about the next Smash Brothers because of Sakurai's earlier vid on Monday. If anybody's picking up the PlayStation earbuds, because those things cost a lot of money.
How much?
I think it's Jack had it. I can't remember, but yeah, he was like he's not paying for that. Thoughts on Sega wanting Sonic to surpass Mario and if it can be done. The initial thoughts on Onimusha on Netflix and Mario Kart 8 Wave Buster Course Pass.
How can Sonic ever surpass? There's Mario Party. There's Mario Kart. There's Mario World. There's Wario. I mean, the evil version of Mario has his own
Yeah. So we're just gonna be talking about. It's gonna probably be more gaming folks tonight, with except for the Onimusha part because that just dropped on Netflix and it's only 8 episodes. I'm halfway done with it. I should be able to knock it out the rest of before the podcast starts. I've been actually enjoying that one, by the way. Castlevania kind of pissed me off toward the end, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. So, but yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about at least initially until it goes off the rails, as it normally does. So,
and I come in and harass you. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna go tonight. But don't forget, just please stop by. Chat is open as always. So we will see you guys there tonight, as well as next Sunday at 10 a.m. for episode 6 and the season finale thoughts on Loki season 2. So see you then. Peace out, people.
Bye.